We're moving. Everything's packed. All in these suitcases. I got way too much stuff in my camera bag. Alright guys, our season here in Sydney's ending. Goodbye Sydney. Hello Finland. Ooh, it's cold. We made it to Finland, safe and sound, starting to settle down here. Right now, it's 10:30 in the morning and literally the sun just came up half an hour ago. It's crazy here, going from Sydney, sunshine, summer, to Finland, winter, darkness. But hey, it's okay. It's a new year. And new year means new gear. I'm just gonna check out my local camera shop soon. It's called Fotoforma. And I was just thinking, I think it's time to update some of my gear. I had to leave some stuff behind in Australia and I think it might be time for a new camera. Let's see what I come up with. 5 minutes later, still sitting in the car. Just trying to brace myself to go into the cold. Just play on my phone. Procrastinating. If I don't survive, tell my wife I love her. Tell my brother Matty he can have all my gear. And tell my family I love them too. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to go brace the cold. Ooh, some new camera gear. I'll show you a little bit more later. Pumped about this. Alright guys, I just got back inside, freezing outside, but hey, it's warm inside so everything's okay. But I'm so excited because I finally got these packages from Aputure for some new lights. Right now I'm just using some ghetto lamp in my house, but soon we're gonna have legit lights. We're just gonna step up the vlogging game and studio stuff that we're shooting. But let's open up. You always need your knife, so I got a little bit of a bigger one than my brother. Let's open up this package. I'm not a good package opener yet. Thanks to the guys at Aputure. I really appreciate this. It's gonna really step up my game. I was in Canada checking my brother's studio and I just loved the lights that he was using. So I was right away like, Aputure, I would love to use your guys' lights. So we just come up with a little deal and now here we are opening up our first package. So here we have this huge package. Let me just dump it upside down. Ooh, baby. Here we have the, I'm assuming this is the 120D. Where's the zipper? Zippers are on the front. So yeah, so here we have the 120D light. This is daylight, just so I can film with the daylight. Beautiful, can't wait to use this. Then we got a little battery here. Some more cutting necessary. Here's the attachment for the light. Here's the Fresnel. Let's open the last one. Whoop. I've been really waiting for a long time just to have legit lights. I was living in Australia before this and I knew that I wouldn't be able to bring all the stuff back to Finland, so I was like, well, I just gotta make do with natural light. But Finland, there literally is no natural lights in the winter, so gotta get some nice natural soft light from the Aputure lights. More stickers to cut. Here is the case for this is for the softbox. Assuming it's in here. Yes, it is. So having a soft bike like this is gonna get that light just looking super soft, super nice in the skin. So here we go. We have a new lighting setup here for Depa's YouTube channel. Talked about this. Thank you so much, Aputure. You guys are amazing. Love it. Next we have here Velbin tripod and Manfrotto light stand for the Aputure lights. I'm not really a tripod guy, to be honest, but I wanted a tripod that I could use for video and photos, something I could take while I'm traveling, do some long exposure photos or time lapses, but as well just to film in the studio. So I asked the guys in the camera shop at Fotoforma, and we came up with the Velbin tripod. I'll have to do a little review later and kind of show you guys how I use that, but I'm not much of a tripod guy. I'm not doing tons of pan shots, so I didn't really need a crazy heavy duty tripod with a huge video head. I just need something small, light, durable, but as well flexible for photo and video. So can't wait to check that out. Light stand, Manfrotto light stand for the Aputure lights. But actually the big thing that I got from the camera shop was Canon 6D Mark II. Here it is. Yes, I've been shooting the GH5 for so long, but on my recent trip to New Zealand, I was just so tired of carrying around a photo camera and a video camera the whole time. And then after my brother's review and him saying he's switching over to 6D Mark II, I was like, maybe there's something here. He's a little bit more of a gearhead than I am. So I was like, okay, let's try this out. So I'm so excited to try out the 6D Mark II. Here is the baby itself. Fairly similar to my 5D Mark III. Nice features that it has right off the bat. It has an LCD screen. Good for vlogging, good for YouTube stuff. I really just want a small, versatile camera that I can go vlogging, doing little travel films, and if I really need more epic footage like the 4K 60 frames or 1080 at 120 or even 150 with the GH5, then I'll just take the GH5 and do those kind of B-roll shots. But I thought this camera is probably going to be the best camera for me at this time. Let's see if it proves right. Okay, so some of you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, this guy, he just goes and buys all the gear right away and he has everything he needs and no wonder he can make films that are good because he's got all the gear. But that's actually not the truth. When we started with my brother, Maddie and I, we actually didn't buy a lot of gear right away. We started out with just the simple stuff. We both bought a Canon body, we shared some lenses together, we kind of shared all our gear together, we just slowly built up our equipment. And there's kind of two ways to go about doing this. You can just do like us where we slowly built up our equipment, or you can get a loan and just buy everything all at once. But there's pros and cons to both sides. I think the pros with slowly buying your equipment and building up your gear, I think one of the pros of slowly building up your equipment and getting more gear is that you kind of learn to master each piece of equipment before you buy the next. And as well, there's not as much pressure that you've got to go out and make money and pay off the bills. But of course, the con is that it takes a longer time to get the gear that you need to pull off a high quality project. So there's pros and cons to both sides. If you just get a loan and go buy everything all at once, yes, you do have all the gear and that's great, but you might actually not even know at that point what you need, and also it's a lot of pressure on you. You have to go and do jobs and make money to pay off the loans. So it's that tension between, do you buy things slowly or do you go and just buy everything all at once? For me, it's really worked to just slowly buy gear, you know? I learned first how to film on the Canon 550D, went from there to 5D Mark II, 5D Mark III, GH5, and now I got the 6D Mark II. So I've kind of slowly built up, and as time goes on, what I'm filming and what kind of projects I'm working on is changing, so the gear that I need is changing. So sometimes I think it's better just to slowly buy gear, and as time goes on, you kind of develop yourself as a filmmaker, you learn what you actually need and what you don't need, and you learn to buy what actually benefits you, rather than just all of a sudden putting out thousands of dollars, buying all this gear, and then maybe it doesn't even actually help you in the end, or you don't even need that piece of gear. And then you just have a whole lot of pressure to pay off all the bills. So yeah, I think this is my idea about gear. Sometimes we can get so caught up in gear that, oh, I need this and this in order to do that, but that's not true. You know, even if someone bought the most expensive camera, like a 1D Mark II, it doesn't mean that that person's gonna be a great filmer or that he's gonna do great projects. Or you could have someone who's a great filmer and he could just take the most basic camera, even like an iPhone, and pull off amazing films. So it's not always about gear, but gear does help, definitely. But I'm not downplaying the fact that it is important to update your gear once in a while. I think I tend to lean on the side where I just don't want to buy more gear because it's more stress, more hassle, more money. But it's important for you to update your gear because as a filmmaker, we're always growing and developing and going to new styles of photography or videography. So it's important that we're always kind of updating our gear to match where we're at in our filmmaking or our photography journey. And that's where I'm right now, you know, entering to 2018, I really want to invest into YouTubing, vlogging, creating more content on my channel, and I need the gear for that. So for me, having a light was an absolute yes. Having the 6D Mark II in order to get autofocus and having an LCD screen and vlogging with that, it was something that I need in order to be able to get those films done. So that's why I updated my gear. And I hope this helps you guys figure out kind of what should I get? Should I get it all at once or should I wait? Everyone's different. Everyone's got a different story. Everyone's got a different situation. So there's no one right answer, but it's definitely good to think about whether you should buy it all at once or whether you should slowly build up your gear. So I hope this was encouraging. I hope this helped you out. Stay tuned. There's gonna be a whole lot of new videos coming out in 2018. I'm so excited about this channel. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with the latest videos.